Hi, we were working on some patches for Riverman Voyager Territorial in 2023. These are a leather belt patch that goes on there. These are holes in here, and this is our Frontiersman Camping Fellowship patch. Basically, what I did is I designed about 4 different variations of this uh, and sent them pictures to the guy that wanted it. So we modified the text and modified a little bit here and modified it there until we came up with this layout, which looks really nice. And so I designed it, set it up there pretty good, and then I cut one piece of it and I put a patch in there. I took in there and did a tool path on this, which is a little bit bigger than the patch, so that this will make a pocket, and then I can put my patches in there, and then they'll just sit down inside there to make a holder for it. So what I did is I thought, well, one at a time is not the way I want to do this. So we'll switch over here to this sheet. This thing is 24 inches by 24 inches, and I just went with 24 because that's the size of my sheet. I could have went half of this, but this makes for easy layout. I put a 1/4 inch hole in there for my bit to line up. This lines up both sides of my table in the back, and so I can reposition this jig at any time. So what I did is, of course, I just copied this to this layer, and um, then I took this layer and I put all of my outer rings on the layer. Then I put all my laser objects on the layer, and then I did a outside patch jig layer. So if I wanted to laser that out or cut it out, which I ended up making a pocket, but I think it probably just as good to make a a little bit of a pocket on there. I just didn't want the patches to set too far down in the jig. So this is 1/4 inch plywood, and so I'm going most of the way through the 1/4 inch plywood because these are about an 1/8 inch thick, and so probably got about a 16 inch thick skin on the back side of it, and they just pop down in there and go with that. So that works out real well. I just use my array copy tool after I put one on there and spaced it out, set it up there the way I wanted it to go, and then figured I'd do 12 at a time, so this way I can come in there and take the leather after putting a couple screws in here into my wasteboard, or not my wasteboard, my jig board, getting it nailed down. Then I also went around it with some 23 gauge pin nails and nailed it down, and it's being held down by the pin nails. And then I also put 2 screws out here, about right in this place right here, to hold down the center of it. So it doesn't have to be entirely flat, but it works out pretty well. And then of course, the layout is that way, and that kind of thing. So whenever I did this, I first off went out here and did the pocket, and the pocket went in there with a 1/4 inch end mill, and it just went around here and it cut out these outer rooms so that the patch fits down inside there. That worked out real well. And then after that, I basically just did the laser layer, which does all of the lasering, and it takes time. As far as, let's just see what this time factor is on this thing here. Let's go and look at the time on it, and let's see here. I'm gonna go with that one and look at how long it tells us it's going to take. It says 24 minutes. Well, it takes it right at about an hour. So that's kind of funny how that there's a difference. It's almost twice as high that as far as the laser level goes on there. So that's kind of what I've got it set at. It's burning it pretty dark, and hey, it's working fine, so I'm gonna leave it alone. Anyway, that's what I've done with the jigs. So it's just a matter of, I took a piece of tape, masking tape, and after I position them in the slot, I take a piece of masking tape, put it across here. I put a piece of double link wide blue tape down here, and hold both the patches in all the way across there. Then another piece of masking tape across this, and so I have 3 pieces of tape. It's easy just to pull it up. I've been reusing the same tape for like half of it, and then I started again today. But uh, that's an easy way of doing it. I thought about putting a little metal bracket down there to hold it, but the tape actually works fine, and it's just working good. So we'll use that, and I've got four more sets to go. So I've done 9 sets of these, and after I do 12, I'll put a rubber band around the stack right there, put them back in the box, and away we go. So it's working out real well. All right, so there's my jig in action. I've got them all stacked up into stacks of 12. So I've got 4 sections left. These are the ones that are done. They're all in rubber band to packs of 12. So I've got about 4 hours left to do. It takes about right at an hour to burn these. It takes about 2 minutes to load it up. So I just bring the pack over here, lay them in the slots, kind of put them down in there. They fit pretty well. You just kind of pop them into place, and then I use the tape strips to go across them. So I'll go ahead and get those in and get that done now. Part of the time saving of this is making this where I do 12 at a time. So I just lay out the 12, and then I'll snap them into place, and then cover them with tape. All right, I've just kind of snapped them into place. They're warped a little bit, so that's why I put the tape across there. So just run the tapes around and put them across there. So I'll pull them out there and put them down. All right, just got them laid down there. She's ready to roll. It takes 1 hour and 4 minutes for this to run. All I need to do is press start, and the laser will take off, and it'll go around burning those in. So there it is. It's kind of a smoky, stinky thing, but works all right. And there we go. We'll come back in an hour and 4 minutes, and we'll load up another set.